All right, Coach, it's been a couple days. I assume you've had time to look at the film. Did you learn anything new after looking at it?
Yeah, we have a pretty competitive group, so it was fun to rewatch it. And we did a lot of things right, even when we were not seemingly doing a lot of things right. I still felt like at one point Vermont went on a 17-0 run that I think we all remember. But I still felt like our kids were poised, composed, still getting good looks, and executing the game plan.
Is it nice when you can still come out with a win, but the team can learn a lot watching that 17-0 run from Vermont? I'm assuming as a coach, it almost gives you something you can really help the team learn from.
Yeah, that's why I really like this team. The last the scrimmages, exhibition, all that, what we've done is actually watched our worst stretch and studied our worst stretch. And I think our kids are now embracing that to where they're taking their own notes. We're asking a ton of questions. I mean, it's back and forth dialogue to where if we can just cut down 5 minutes each game, that seems to be the trend right now. If we can cut that down, then we're a pretty good team for the 40 minutes. And
something we didn't not talk about on Friday was taking care of the ball. I mean, it's night and day from a year ago. It's been really impressive.
Yeah. I think the first game against Xavier, we had some silly mistakes, but obviously first game nerves. Again, I just think this is a team that wants to get it and wants to learn. Experience helps. I think the biggest thing with this group, though, is that literally every practice they start to progress. There's just a small progression somewhere in every practice. Our kids spend a lot of time in the office trying to get better, and there's a lot of extra skill work being done. So just being able to take care of the ball will help us. If we can figure out rebounding, then hopefully those possessions and continue to increase, and we have more shot attempts than our opponents.
Memphis, what can you tell us about them?
Athletic rebounders. I love our schedule because we're literally going from super skilled, super structured in Vermont to super athletic, just going to get it done and come at you with all the heat, So Katrina does a great job. She was at Wright State. She does a great job with these guys, and we just got to figure out how to rebound.
They just put up 100 points.
They did.
In their last win. When your team watches that, I mean, so their eyes probably get really big, but what can you do to make sure that, do you try to limit their positions? Do you try to make sure you score more points? What's the strategy with that?
Yeah, we got a one-on-one contain. I think we have a lot of pride in our defense right now. If we can figure out how to defend without fouling and continue to do that, one-on-one containment, and then box out. We have to box out by committee. We don't have a dominant rebounder, and that's okay because we have big guards and we're pretty big across the board. But if we can figure out the rebounding piece, then we can limit some of those possessions because that's what Memphis does like to do is get those second chance opportunities.
You talked about defense with the backcourt with Ivy and Sydney. It's been crazy to see Ivy's progression specifically on the defensive side of the ball has been really interesting.
It's cool talking to her about it. When we talk about her game goals and her season goals, a lot of it's defensive oriented, and so as somebody that can score the ball like she does, for her to be talking about defense as much as she is right now, it's pretty incredible. She's taken the best player most times, so her and Sid are fighting for it. They both want that. So it's fun to have a team that's really bought into defense.